It's 2 weeks after my last video where I sprayed my food plots, and now I'm getting pretty close to the deer season. It's right here about a week before October 1st, and I need to plant. Now, of course, I'm expecting these things to come up, you know, sometime in November when the deer really start running and start hunting a lot. But this is BullShooters, and I have to say, when I spew BS. I basically said put a 2% solution of herbicide. Well, I sprayed, some of it's dead, some of it's not. So I'm gonna bump that stuff, next time I'm gonna bump that up to 3 or even 4%. So what I had to do, I went back and sprayed that. So yes, I wanted to do a little conservative because you can always go back and add more herbicide, but that 2% in my case here in Oklahoma proved a little too low. Just wanted to correct that. So here I am. I've got my Ferminator, and that was terrible, wasn't it? I've got the Ferminator. So I've got my Ferminator here. Now, I don't work for Ferminator. They haven't paid me anything. These machines are expensive. I understand most people aren't gonna go buy a, you know, a $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 implement just to plant a few food plots. But I will say, if you can afford it, they are wonderful for non-farmers like me, because you can do all of these steps. You still have to spray, but then you can do all the other steps, planting, packing, and plowing in one step, and it's just really made my life easier. I believe they have a payment plan here, you know. But regardless, I'm going to do it in the Ferminator because I have one. I recommend you getting one, but you don't have to have it. What I'm going to do here, though, is show you how you can save some money. And of course, you can buy specialized seed like we talked before, but I just want some type of a blend to hedge my bet if something doesn't take or if something doesn't work. And also, some of these different seeds and plant types come in, they get ripe at different times of the year. So I want a food plot that basically has something palatable most of the hunting season. So I'm no master at this. I don't have a PhD in agriculture, but over the years I've learned a few things that work well. Clover works great. Deer love it. They give them minerals, and it's high in protein. Oats is a really good attractant, and wheat is always good. Wheat, of course, grows later, even in cold season. So what I've done, I've just bought from my local co-op a 50-pound wheat seed, a 50-pound bag of oats, and 10 pounds of clover. Now, just to give you a price estimate, here's my ticket. So that's very cheap. However, at this same co-op, they had a bag of pre-blended oats, clover, wheat, and a couple of other things for $26 a bag. Now, of course, you get more with this, but that is not a bad price, you know, for a blend like this. This was just at my local feed store. Regardless, mixing seed is easy. The only trick is if you're doing clover. Clover is such a small seed that over time the clover will work its way down to the hopper, and you know, a lot of times the clover will be distributed first, but that's only if you're driving a while on the tractor and it's in there mixing up. But what I like to do, it's just real simple. It's the oats. Take a little bit. That's the wheat. Put some more wheat. As you can see, not a lot of science to this. And then a little clover goes a long way. This is 10 pounds. You can also mix your fertilizer directly in here. There's only one downside on the Ferminator, and that is fertilizer is very caustic, and it can definitely rust your components. So I don't recommend it, but you can do that if you had to, or have a another implement that you don't mind rusting out. Anyway, so you look on here, find your seed, then do the setting or the distance that will allow a seed to drop in, and then when this cultipacker turns, it releases a seed on each one of these, and it drops it out, then it rolls over it and packs it. But to get your distribution right, and don't let it scare you, it's not that complicated. You adjust this and it shows how many inches. don't listen to a whole lot of that. I put mine on about 1/4 inch, and I try to plant a little more than it says because some of the seeds don't germinate. Birds, animals get a lot of them. So I always go overboard, especially on these food plots that I'm not working or farming every day. So I usually keep her on about 1/4 inch, and I'll look back there to just make sure seeds are coming out pretty fast, and I'll walk over the field. But that's about it. All I do now is latch this baby up, and I'm gonna do some planting. Good boy, John. So in one pass, this never before plowed piece of land, I sprayed it to kill some of the weeds, and now disking it, kind of kills what's left. But you can see here a lot of these seeds, so that distributed. Then the cultipacker pushes them down to make good soil to seed contact. Then you do the old rain dance, buddy. You pray for rain. If you have any questions or comments or telling me what I'm doing wrong, I'll still learn from you on this planting business. Please leave a comment below. This is how I've had pretty good luck. And basically, doing a food plot as cheaply and as quickly as you possibly can, because I know a lot of us like to be procrastinators, and you've got to get hunting soon. I'm Jeff Johnston, that's OBS.